Twilight Mania! Woo! So, today I'm going to review the movie Twilight and the book kind of together as a package. I went and saw Twilight last night at midnight, the very first showing of Twilight in Springfield. One of like 10, because, I went with Seth and Greg and Holly and Steph and Brad. We all, Seth and Greg got there at 5 o'clock to save seats. And then we got there later, and it was crazy. Like, I thought I was expecting to be like all like 13-year-old girls with like t-shirts and craziness, but there were like lots of ages of people with lots of t-shirts, lots of gay guys with t-shirts, lots of old ladies with like handmade t-shirts, lots of people with like stuff written on their face. Like it was out of control, and like everyone in line like kept screaming. Like they would put up like the thing that's like the Twilight thing, and the movie's playing, and people were screaming. They were letting people in, people were screaming. Like it was crazy. But what I need to talk about is the movie, not about the experience so much. So we're gonna go right into the movie. I read the book just in the past like week or so, and honestly I was not impressed with the book. I feel like it just kind of a story like teaches children, like especially like those girls, like those like 13-year-old girls, that they need to meet someone that they can fall in love with in 3 days and be with for forever. It gives these girls like a false idea of what love is or what love should be, that like it's just gonna happen. Like you're gonna see someone across the cafeteria and you're just gonna know. Although maybe that happens with some people, I think it's not what you should hope for. Like you should hope that you could just like have a spark with someone, like have a connection with someone, and hope that it grows into love, not like, oh my god, I love you, I've known you for 3 days, because that can get you in trouble, and you could be a creeper. Don't be a creeper, 13-year-old girls. Don't tell someone you love them after 3 days. It's just not appropriate. Anyways, also, I feel like it was written really poorly, and I've heard that it was written as like just for herself, blah blah blah, like for fun at home, like because she wanted to have this fun story, like for her to read it herself. But if you're gonna publish it, go back and change some stuff. Like she's like the same terminology over and over, like his topaz eyes and his bronze hair and his marble lips and his chiseled features or whatever features, I don't know, chiseled features. And I was like, can someone just buy Stephenie Meyer a thesaurus? That bitch needs a thesaurus, because she uses the same words over and over. Hello? I can't even think of other things. There are other words that she says over and over and over. Like adjectives. Thesaurus. Somebody, please. I know it was written for kids, but Harry Potter was also written for kids. And this is the only time I'm going to compare this to Harry Potter. But Harry Potter was written for kids, and I felt like it was still like intellectually stimulating. Like there was so much plot, so much character development, and like so much happening. And this was just like 2 people fall in love, you go 250 pages, then you have a conflict, and then you go some more pages, and then the conflict is resolved. Like it, I don't know. So again, Harry Potter, Twilight, not comparable in any way except for the fact they are both written for kids. So Harry Potter is an example that a book written for kids does not have to be boring. It does not have to be so dumbed down that like it's excruciating to read. One thumbs up for the movie is that it made Edward and Bella like a lot more like personable. Like I liked them a lot better than I liked them from in my head from the book. He was like really confused and crazy-eyed, but his behavior was like a lot more like lovable to see like on the screen actually happening. And then Bella, like she was super matter-of-fact and like almost hard, but I felt like on screen it made her seem like a real person. Like it came across as like the way a real person would act, rather than in my head it was just like they were both really kind of bland. So, again about the actors, and this is, I guess, a thumbs up for them. At first I didn't think that they were doing the characters justice. As far as their attractiveness, like Cedric, I'm going to call him Cedric, Edward, who I'm going to just call Cedric, has like a lumpy face. He has kind of like, he's got like a dopey, like lumpy face. It's like not like a hot chiseled face, I don't think. But after the movie kind of progressed and I got used to like his crazy eyes and I got used to him, like I liked him and I thought he was attractive. And then the same with Bella, like she had like a really small mouth and like I didn't like her hair. But then, you know, as her character progressed, like I started to like her and I started to think she was attractive. So I was really distracted by Cedric's acting. Like the crazy eyes were just like too crazy, and the scene where like the wind blows and like he's like like with the she smells, like it was so over the top. Like I was like, I don't know if I can handle this for 2 more hours. Like it's crazy. I kept thinking, is his acting bad? Like noticing his acting, and you shouldn't notice someone's acting, like it should just be natural. So the other characters, people kept being like, oh, I didn't realize Eric was Asian. I didn't realize this guy was black. I didn't realize this and this and this. So they added a lot of diversity, and I really liked that. I really thought that was good and that it was important. Unfortunately, there apparently are no gay characters in Twilight, although Seth thinks it has gay undertones, and all the gays love Twilight, apparently. I hate to make those blanket statements. Take it back. But a lot of gays like Twilight. They did do some cool things with like the diversity there. But the Carlisle was Mike from Can't Hardly Wait, who's like the dick to Jennifer Love Hewitt in Can't Hardly Wait. Do you guys remember that movie? Anybody? Such a good movie, but I couldn't think of him as anybody but that character. And so it was super weird. But then Jacob, I liked Jacob. He had like that big, like flat, weird nose. But then when they showed him at the end, he had like that rumple shirt and like the skinny tie. Like I was just like, oh, I wish he would cut his hair and then he would be super hot. Like he'd be really hot. But with the long hair, I can't take it. I can't handle long hair. I don't like it. So I don't really understand the Team Edward, Team Jacob thing, because to me, Jacob is like a tiny character. I know he's going to be bigger later, but I've only read the first book. Don't spoil anything for me, but are you Team Edward or are you Team Jacob? That is comment question of the day, number 1. I thought Jessica was too plain, and like Mike had like a really baby face. He was like really cute, and Eric was cute. The girl with the glasses, she had like cute little glasses, and I liked her. The special effects. I don't even want to say anything about special effects. It looked like someone straight out of film school, or it looked like someone like that makes like vampire YouTube movies, like went in After Effects and like did like some like fast motion stuff. The green screen was like Michael Buckley does better green screen on What the Buck. Like, it was so bad. The fight scene at the end, I didn't mind, honestly. But I've seen a lot of vampire movies with fast motion, like where vampires will move real fast, and it wasn't that bad. So that was super poor. When he was running, when he was climbing, when he was jumping, it just looked terrible. I just kept like shaking my head and like giggling, like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm watching this. It looks so bad. Another like shake my head and like can't believe I'm in the movie theater right now moment was when they're laying in the meadow and they're like staring at each other. They like lay in the meadow and stare at each other for like 60 seconds. You mean to stare at the camera for 60 seconds and nothing happened? Okay, no. It's just too long as far as movie time goes. And I know that they just realized that they love each other, but I mean, you don't have to prove it to me and like to the audience by just having them stare at each other. Like, have them like laugh together, have them almost kiss, have them touch, have them hold hands, like have them share personal stories. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what happened in the book. Don't tell them to stare at each other. Like, we just feel awkward watching that. Like, it's not necessary, and it's awkward. It's weird. All I could think of was that Star Wars movie where they're like running in the meadow, and it was so bad. That's all I could think about. So the biggest thumbs up of the movie though, and the best part of the movie, and I'm gonna say the reason you should watch the movie is because the first time they kiss is hot. It's so good. They like kind of like, it's like timid, like, oh, we're kissing, but he's like, don't move, and she's like, okay, what do I do? Like, I'm kissing, we're kind of kissing, and then he like picks her up and throws her on the bed, and it looks like she's just got like little bitty tiny like girl shorts on and like a t-shirt, and like just throws her on the bed, and you're like, that just happened. And it was really good. Like, it was like a really real, it was like the realest thing they did. The realest thing they did was that kiss, and all the rest was a mess. Anyways, also props that I don't think that they ever in the movie, as far as I remember, use the words topaz, bronze, chiseled, or marble. So good job to whoever changed it into a script. You know how to use a thesaurus. Congratulations. What the Buck. I'm not on the What the Buck show. I don't know why I did that, but I just always wanted to say it at the end of stuff when I'm talking. And those are just the things I wanted to say, you know, about Twilight. Common question of the day, number 1. Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob? Oh, or if you like ladies, Team Alice. I think a lot of people are Team Alice. But since we're being heteronormative, I think you have to be Team Jacob or Team Edward. I think. Common question of the day number 2. Do you think it's unfair to say that gays like Twilight, or are you in fact a gay who likes Twilight? Common question of the day number 3. Have you seen the movie? Are you going to see the movie? Did you see the movie? Did you watch my review before you saw the movie? What do you think about the movie? What do you think about the book? Did you read the book? Did you like the book? Comment. Boop, boop, boop. Thank you.